Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Mana Cave. My name is Ed.
My name's Travis.
And today we are kicking off a new series. We're going to put the Guild Kit series on hold for I don't know how long, because I don't know at which point any of these matches are going to be released. We are digging into the 2019 Challenger decks. Now, I've been looking forward to these for quite a while. We actually did some gameplay on Magic Arena with the decks. And then it seemed like because of War of the Spark coming out, these decks kind of got buried when it comes to, like, you know, sort of being on the radar of Magic players, right?
Released like in the middle of or at the beginning of spoiler season. So the hype train was on a different track.
Yeah.
So it's unfair.
It was very similar to when I remember they released the second Conspiracy set.
Yeah. It
seemed like it was super hyped, and then it immediately got like steamrolled by other things coming out. So that seemed to happen with these decks, but I have been really looking forward to playing these decks because we really enjoyed playing the 2018 versions.
Yeah.
And like I said, we've done a bit on Magic Arena, and folks seem to enjoy seeing it there. So we're finally able to do the paper ones, but I'm going to have to shoehorn these in somewhere either before or after the next Planeswalker deck battle of War of the Spark, or mixed in somewhere, and then also have to finish the Guild Kit battle. So all of those are going to be done. All the matches you expect on the Mana Cave are going to happen. This one's just going to happen somewhere in the middle of it.
Sometime.
Yeah. Now, one of the good things about this is, from an editing perspective, these decks, because they are designed to be quite good, run quick usually.
Quick and multiple copies of the same card.
Yeah, so consistency.
Yeah.
So these matches in the past, I think, were fairly short because
there's also aggro decks. Too.
Yeah. And you were playing, so we should actually mention, you were playing.
I am playing Lightning Aggro. Well, here's the actual case of the box.
Yes.
It's the mono red. It's not a goblin one, but the goblin chain Urkel. The chain Urkel's there. Workling his chains.
The chain Urkel.
Yeah.
Yes. Did he do that? Yeah. Anyways.
I wasn't going to do that. And you did. So why didn't I just do it? It's a nice deck. I've seen it online a couple times, and I'm sure if you play Arena, talk, Travis. If you play Arena, you've probably seen this or a very close version of it.
Yeah, I think it's very difficult to play any sort of constructed play in Arena and not have run into some version of this type of red aggro deck.
Yeah,
mono red aggro. Like, I've run into it constantly. Actually, there's certain cards that I'll add to my sideboards specifically to combat mono red aggro because it's such a common deck. And it runs really well. And that's one of the reasons why you see it so often, because it's a very good deck. I'm going to be playing Arcane Tempo. So it is the Izzet deck, blue and red. It's similar in certain themes to Lightning Aggro, but a little bit different. It's not like a blue control style deck.
Yeah. There
is burn, but most of the burn here is removal. Other than shock, which I can shoot right at your face. This is about getting a lot of instants and sorceries in your graveyard to buff up certain creatures, which get buffed because of that.
Drakes.
And then and the drakes, and they fly over and try to, like, smack you hard. You peck at me slowly, I smack you hard. That's the difference between these two decks.
Again, if you play Arena, I'm sure you've seen those drakes. You think they're nothing, and then all of a sudden there's like a 5/4 flyer coming at you or something.
Now, I'll be perfectly honest. I think red aggro or lightning aggro has the advantage here. I'm going to try my best
to beat sometimes.
Yeah. And I've been practicing up with Arcane Tempo, this exact deck, online on Magic Arena for a little while now. So I do have sort of a good idea as to what I need. But if you don't get that sometimes right off the bat, you get steamrolled. So I'm hopeful, but I'm not out of touch with reality thinking this is definitely going to win. I just put it that way. Now, we have determined our opening hands.
I'm keeping 7. I like it.
And I had to mulligan down to 6, so at least I didn't have to mulligan very far. I do get to scry, which is also quite nice. Now, we have not determined who's going to go first, so we are going to roll. Now, normally we roll dice
as close to as we can.
Yeah, but you've taken both the red dice now, so I'm going to use a blue die and then a white die with red lettering or numbering. 9.
7.
7. Okay, that may be the only victory I get all night. So there we go. I do get to play first. So I'm going to show the folks at home my hand, and then I'm going to show the scry. So if I can, there we go. These sleeves are a little bit more slippery than the Dragon Shield sleeves that I normally use. These are Ultra Pro ones, but they're very, very nice, and they were Gifted to me by my friend Lar, who does the artwork for the Token of the Month Club. So there you go. That is my opening hand. As you can see, it's not bad for a 6-card opening hand. Here is going to be my scry. And I think that's going to go to the bottom. Actually, I don't think. I know it's going to go to the bottom.
Confidence.
There we go. Travis, show away, my friend. Show away.
Show away. So there's my opening hand with my land stacked, as I like to do in my opening hand. Holding it right up there, revealing nothing other than that's it. I think, again, I'm not familiar for every card of this deck, but I think that is a solid opening hand for this deck. There was no hesitation for me to mulligan this bad boy.
This is also a rare occasion where I've pretty much got all of the deck lists memorized because I played against them so often, or built them as well too. So I think I might have a slight advantage in that case, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to kick things off with an island, and then pass the turn to you.
Turn 1 play?
No turn 1 play, sadly.
Start with a draw. Drop a mountain.
Do you have a turn 1 play?
I do. I was just noticing a little watermark or something like that. Yes, I'll tap my 1 for 1 red for the Fanatical Firebrand.
Of course you will.
1/1 Goblin Pirate with haste. You can also tap and sacrifice it and deals 1 damage to target creature or player, which is nice versatility. And I am, of course, going to go to combat.
Yeah, swing in.
Swing in for 1.
Peck me for 1.
Peck you for 1,
Down to 19.
And I will pass 2.
Okay, on your end step, tapping the blue, and I'm casting Opt. It's an instant. Scry 1, and then draw a card. So I'm going to scry 1. And you know what? I'm going to put that on top, and then draw a card. Not sure if that was the right decision or not, but we'll find out in a second. Okay, so
was it Opt?
No. I'll give you that much. I'm going to untap and then draw. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play Sulphur Falls. Enters the battlefield tapped unless you control an island or a mountain, and I do control an island, and I can tap it for red or blue. I'm going to tap both. I'm going to bring out the Goblin Electromancer. So instants and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 colorless less to cast. That is my turn, sir. Pass to you.
Tap. Draw. All right, so we'll play a second land. I'm going to tap both.
Oddly enough, it's a mountain.
Yeah?
Amazing.
Is it the same? No, different art.
Are you untapping your dude?
Yeah, I guess I should. Yeah. I'm going to tap 2 for Lightning Strike. 1 red, 1 anything.
Now, face or creature?
Nope, get that goblin.
Okay.
I have the goblins around here. Go to combat.
Yes, indeed.
Swing in for 1 more.
Okay, so I'm down to 18.
Pass back to you.
Pass back to me. So untap. Drawer.
I am a bigger fan of that artwork than the one of the monkey getting lightninged for the proper term from Ixalan or whatever it was.
I'm going to play an island. I'm going to tap 2 blue and cast a sorcery, chart a course. So draw 2 cards, then discard a card unless you attacked with a creature this turn. So I'm going to draw 2.
You had to pay full price for that one, though.
And then I'm going to... you know what? I'm going to discard Radical Idea, which is an instant, and it has Jumpstart, so you may cast this card from your graveyard by discarding a card in addition to paying its other costs, then exile this card. So I'm actually going to put this into the graveyard sideways so I remember it's there. I've got 1 red left up, but I'm going to pass the turn to you. Red or potentially blue.
Shock
pass the turn later. To you. Yeah, let's hope.
Untap. Draw. Play another mountain.
Okay.
I'm going to go to combat.
You sound real sure about that. Okay.
Swing
in for 1? Okay.
For 1.
So I'm down to 17.
And then I'm going to tap out for 3 to cast the Goblin Chain Whirler.
Okay.
So he's a 3/3 with first strike for 3 red mana. When he enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to each opponent and each creature and planeswalker they control.
Okay. So I'm down to 16.
Yeah. So it is not each creature, though.
No,
so,
your creature survives that, yeah.
No haste, which is why I did it after combat, just to, keep some kind of a bluff up in my mono red deck. I pass back to you.
Okay, I'm going to, on your end step, tap for 1 blue, and I'm going to cast another copy of Opt. So
that's totally what you drew, wasn't it? It was... You opted an opt.
I'm going to put that on the bottom, and then I'm going to draw a card.
Is there an unwritten opt rule that if you opt and opt, you have to bin it or bottom it?
No, actually, I will
Keep
opt
running.
I will opt for ops often. So then it's my turn, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
untap. Interesting. I am going to, I guess I have to do this. I'm going to play an Is It Guildgate, so it enters the battlefield tapped. I can tap it for blue or red. I'm then going to tap for red and blue and cast another sorcery called Lava Coil. Lava Coil deals 4 damage to target creature. If that creature would die this turn, exile it instead. So that is going to smack your Chain Whirler to the exile zone. I'm now going to pass the turn to you while I quickly look through my graveyard.
Untap, draw. A little monkey that could, that's for sure. He's not a monkey. He's a goblin pirate.
But they made them look like monkeys. I think they even gave them tails too, didn't they?
Yeah. Or that's his scabbard. I played a fourth land. We'll go to combat.
Go to combat. Swinging for 1. Down to 15.
Okay. Tapping 4 this time. For a card I wasn't sure was in this deck, Rekindling Phoenix.
Boo.
That's a 4/3 flyer. When Rekindling Phoenix dies, create a 0/1 red elemental creature token with, at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice this creature and return target card. Name Rekindling Phoenix from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste till end of turn. I'm used to Arena reminding me about that card, so let's see if I can get that whole egg shenanigans going without forgetting.
And you know what? I don't think they include the egg. No, they didn't include the egg in that deck. I might have that token, so I'll check on that. But you think at the very least,
expensive,
yeah,
like,
exactly, yeah, for a company that prints millions of cards a year. So
yeah, 1 million, not 1,000,001.
No, if they printed 1,000,001, then you could have got your egg. So
still no haste. I'm loving that about the last year's mono red deck was that On-Crop Crasher had haste. I think even Hazareth might have had haste.
A lot of stuff had haste in that deck, yeah. Now I'm kind of wishing I had that Lava Coil back.
Yeah.
Because then I would exile it and it would do away completely with the...
You have one in your hand, don't you? That's why you're talking
No,
like
no,
this.
no, no,
I
no,
wish I had Lava Coil.
No.
I did pass to you.
Okay, so my turn. Untap everything. Draw. I will... I'm going to play a mountain. I'm going to tap for 2 red and 2 blue and bring out the Crackling Drake. It is a star 4 Drake. It's got flying. Its power is equal to the total number of instant sorcery cards you own in exile and in your graveyard. In this case, I've counted it's 5, so it's a 5/4 right now. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. So I do get to draw a card. And I'm going to pass the turn to you.
Alrighty. Not exactly what I wanted, but we can make this work. So I'm going to tap 2 red to cast Lightning Strike on your Crackling Drake.
Okay, so now it's taking 3 damage.
Okay. Then I'm going to tap the monkey. It's not a monkey! Tap the goblin, sacrificing it to do 1 more damage. So total of 4.
So the Crackling Drake was not long for this world.
He was 2 for 1.
Yes.
I will then go to combat.
Sounds good.
Swing in for a 4/3 flyer.
Okay, so I'm down to 11.
And with the theme of tapping out, tapping 2 for another all-star, the Vashino Pyromancer.
Ugh.
So when it enters the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to target player or planeswalker.
Okay, so I'm taking 2. Down to 9. Have I done anything to you yet? No,
pass
nothing.
back to you with what?
Pass back to me.
With ops?
Exactly.
Oh, I'm being an ass.
Let's do this. Let's. I'm gonna pay 2, and I'm gonna cast Chart the Course again. So I'm gonna draw 2 cards. And then discard a card. So let's discard that island. And then that goes to the graveyard. I'm going to...
Pause for dramatic effect. What are you going to do?
I'm going to pass the turn to you.
Untap. I had to make sure I only had the 1 card. We'll go to combat.
Okay.
Swinging forth.
Okay. Pre-damage, I'm tapping for 1 red. I'm going to cast Shock to deal 2 damage to any target. I'm going to deal it to that guy because he's the only one I could kill that way.
Shocked in more ways than one.
I'm then going to take 4 damage to put me down to 5. Which I said is a question for some reason.
Second main phase, tapping for 3 for another Goblin Chain Whirler. So his ETB will hit you for 1 more.
So I'm down to 4.
And I'll pass the turn to you.
On your end step, I'm tapping for 2 to cast from my hand Radical Idea. So I'm going to draw a card. And then I'm going to put that into the graveyard. So it also has Jumpstart. And then it's my turn, so I'm going to untap. I'm going to draw. Almost made a horrible mistake there. Okay, I'm going to play Mountain.
Was play dropped?
I was playing the wrong land. That would have entered tapped. I'm going to... There's a very slim chance I live 1 more turn. I'm going to pay 3 red and 3 blue and cast Niv Mizzet Perrin. It is a 5/5 flyer. This spell cannot be countered, not that you have counters. It's got...
How presumptuous.
Did I mention it has flying? I think I did. Whenever you draw a card, Niv Mizzet Perrin... Is it Perrin? Maybe. Deals 1 damage to any target. Whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery spell, you draw a card. I'm not tapped out. And I'm going to pass the turn to you.
Untap.
Yes.
Draw.
Once again, I'm sitting at 4 life.
Sitting at 5 lands. I'll go to combat.
Mm-hmm.
Swing with both, because...
I have no choice. I have to block the 4-power creature.
Okay.
Damage.
Damage.
I take 3, and you respond with...
With 3 mana for another Goblin Chain Whirler. Now, he is not...
Oh, wait, so it's not instant, right?
It's not an instant, but it does 1 damage too.
I know, but we haven't... This.
I'm sorry.
I counted the first strike damage first, because the way it works is first strike damage goes through first, which is why I took that. Yeah. Then these 2 are going to do damage to... I'm still dead. These 2 are going to do damage to each other.
He's going to die.
He's going to die. You're going to create an egg. But we know that's not an issue.
Matter. Well...
So 4 damage on this, and then...
Egg. It kind of looks like an egg, actually.
There we go, yeah. So the Thopter will be the egg. Yeah. And then, now it's your second main phase.
Yeah, second main phase. I will play out another Goblin Chain Whirler.
Which both kills me and Niv Mizzet.
Yeah. And not that it really mattered, because I wouldn't have cared about one anyway, but they're not legendary. So I can actually play him more than one. For whatever reason, I thought he was legendary until I looked and saw, no, he's just a goblin.
So you ended up with all... 3, because this comes with 4. I think it comes with 3 or 4.
I'm pretty sure
you
4
have
and
3 of your 4 chain whirlers this early on.
This early on?
I was destined to lose. Yeah, but still, you got a lot of you got a lot of cards in that deck. So yeah, sadly I lose. Out of curiosity, what else do you have in your hand?
Experimental Frenzy.
Oh, okay. So I'm
not sure really how to take advantage of that card. It was pretty self-explanatory, but I'm not used to just playing off the library kind of thing.
Usually it's like once you've exhausted everything of use in your hand. So yeah, I wouldn't have played it before.
No, because I knew out, so. Even if I got through with one of them, obviously the 3-power one, I had a chance of dealing 1 more damage with the Chain Whirler. So I was pretty good.
So this is, like I mentioned before, pretty much how I expected this first game to go. But it is the best 2 out of 3. So I do have a chance to hopefully maybe squeeze 1 win out of this match. Before we kick off the next game, these decks all come with sideboards. So we don't normally get to do sideboarding when we play. But this time I was able to sideboard, and these, so you guys know, are the cards that I decided to sideboard in. So I think most of them are self-explanatory, except for maybe this first one here. That one I've sideboarded in against this deck on Magic Arena, and it has actually worked out for me, so I decided to give that a shot here as well, too. So now we're going to get back to shuffling up and determining what our opening hands are. And we are back in the second game of this match. Now, I did not have to mulligan this time. You were sort of on the fence, but in the end you decided...
I decided not to. I'll explain why when I'm showing, but yeah, it was a much tougher call. Last time was... Well, it played out pretty well last time, so you can see why I was confident with that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not... If I say this, it sounds like I'm taking away from the deck, and I'm not. That deck is... I've seen it run when you only have like 2 lands, for example.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult to get a bad opening hand with that deck. It's not impossible, but it's very difficult. So yeah, it's unusual for I've seen it happen, but it's unusual for someone to mulligan with that particular type of deck.
Might be another one, but
Who knows? So now I've really put the pressure on you, because if it goes out badly, then you've really messed up. Anyways, I'm going to show my opening hand.
Yep.
So that's it there. As you can see, there's certain reasons why I may want to keep this. And we'll see if it works out for me. There we go. Travis, I'm going to quickly turn my life total back up to 20 here, and then I'm going to bow my head to you. You don't have to touch yours. I didn't do a single point of damage to you.
You had a moral victory somewhere in there, though. So, yeah, not a great opening hand, but if I were to do the Paris and pitch 2 cards, the cards I would have chosen would have been, don't drop in, Travis, would have been those 2. And I kept asking myself, are these 2 cards worth 1 mystery? And I couldn't convince myself when I still feel I have opening plays and everything, you know?
Yeah.
You can look up.
Did you mention the Paris Mulligan rule that we go by? Just so people know that's...
If I were to pitch those... I'm going to look it up. If I were to pitch those 2 cards, I would draw 1 and then shuffle my deck again.
Yeah. There's a description of what we use as far as our Mulligan rules in the description below, and we use them specifically so we can try to squeeze out the best games possible. So... we use basically a hybrid of Paris and Vancouver Mulligan rules, and maybe one day we'll incorporate the London Mulligan rule. I'm not sure. So anyways, I get to go first, which is great. I'm going to play an Izzet Guildgate, which is going to enter the battlefield tapped, and I'm going to pass the turn to you.
And this is the card I would have drawn, potentially. But I drew it anyway, so what does it matter? All right. I'm going to play 1 mountain. I'm going to tap 1 mountain for our crazy, fun fanatical firebrand Goblin Pirate with haste.
Again with that.
Swing forth, good sir.
I will take 1 damage.
Okay.
Down to 19.
Back to you while I reread the card I just drew.
Okay, so untap. I'm going to play another Izzet Guildgate, so it's getting to battlefield tapped, and I'll pass the turn to you. Not giving you enough time to read. That's right, that's my plan.
Solid plan.
Yeah, thank you.
Untap, draw. Second mountain, tapping 2 for the Runaway Steamkin. So it's a 1/1 for 1 in red, elemental creature. Whenever you cast a red spell, if Runaway Steamkin has fewer than 3+1 counters on it, put a +1 counter on Runaway Steamkin. Remove 3+1 counters from Runaway Steamkin, add 3 red mana.
Okay. I'm not even going to wait to come. I'm just going to immediately shock that, because that card scares the living hell out of me when it comes to that deck. So,
go to combat?
Yes.
Would you have shocked that monkey if I attack with it first?
No, because there's other things which are scarier, which I can still kill with shock. The monkey is problematic if it's up there for too long, but
the goblin, sir.
Oh, that's right too. The goblin.
Why do I keep doing that? I can't. And was the Goblin Pirate in the last one too? It was.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And I really like the design of the goblins from Ixalan. I do like them, but yeah, they're definitely inspired by monkeys. So probably because of the whole pirate thing where they have like the little monkey on their shoulder and stuff like that. So maybe
there's a video from, I think it's a British YouTuber. Can't remember his name, but I think it's literally called 33 Godless Minutes of Goblins. And he goes in like the entire history of goblins, from like the Dominaria goblins to this plane goblins. It's long video. It's better English than I'm capable of, but it's actually really interesting. I watched the whole thing, believe it or not.
It's not Matt from Total MTG.
It's not Matt.
Isn't he, in our eyes, the only MTG YouTuber from Jolly Old England?
He's the best MTG YouTuber.
Yes, this is true. This is true. Maybe not the only one, but the best one. And no offense to anyone else from England. It's just that Matt is better. So yeah.
That's the man.
Yeah,
you let me see that.
He's the man.
That was my turn too. I passed back to
you. Didn't do your English accent. So props for that as well too. Normally you follow it up with some Beatles talk.
Total MTG.
Okay. So untap. Drawer. I'm going to play a mountain. I'm going to tap 2, including a red and a blue, and I'm going to cast, we saw it before, the Goblin Electromancer. So my instant sorceries get a discount. And I'm going to pass the turn to you, sir.
So that'll cost me 2 goblins if I want.
It will, yes.
You measure everything in goblins. Play a third land, in the magical land, a third land, yeah.
Okay.
I guess we're going to start by tapping 3 for Wizard's Lightning, which is costing the full cost because I do not control a wizard. But it's going to deal 3 damage to any target. So I am going to target your...
I'm going to tap for 1 blue.
I thought you had no counterspells.
And cast Negate for the discount of 1. So counter target non-creature spell.
Wow. We're there now, are we? We've reached that point.
Yes.
Enjoy your counterspell.
Thank you. I don't get to cast
one
them
to
in Planeswalker decks.
I'll pass to you.
Okay.
I'm not going to attack into the...
No? You don't want to attack into the 2/2? Come on now.
I do not. But that would have put a counter on my Steamkin where he's still around, too.
I really didn't want to miss a land drop.
Yeah, I'm really not sorry or sad at all.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap for 1 blue and cast Opt Right Now on my main phase. So scry 1 and draw 1. So scry 1.
It's a good way to hit a land.
Put it on top. Draw 1. Play a land. There we go. I'm then going to pass the turn to you.
Untap. Draw. Play a 4th land.
Okay.
Let's try this again. Tapping 2 for Lightning Strike.
Okay. I'm going to tap for 1 blue, and I'm going to cast Dive Down, which is an instant. For 1 blue, target creature you control gets +0/+3 and gains hexproof until the end of turn.
So essentially counterspell.
So on the Goblin. So does that resolve?
That resolves.
Okay.
Well, how would that not resolve?
So right now he is a 2/5 with hexproof.
Okay. And then I'll just tap 2 more for 2 more Fanatical Therapists.
Oh, God!
Hey, but if you have a Goblin Chain Whirler...
I'm so glad I cast that early.
Attack 1 by 1. Okay, so just in case you have responses.
No.
1, no response.
No, no response, yeah.
Right.
Wow, okay.
Okay. Pass back to you.
On your end step, I'm going to tap... Actually, I just have to tap 1. Sorry. I'm going to tap for 1 blue and cast Radical Idea. So draw a card, and then it's got Jumpstart. So I'm going to draw a card. Interesting. And that goes to my graveyard with Jumpstart. So now I'm going to untap. Would you like to do anything before my draw phase? Or are you going to allow me to draw first?
Oh, I tap them all out?
Yeah.
No, I'll let you draw first.
Okay, so I had to draw. Okay. I'm then going to... Man, why is it always this one?
I want my monkey army around. Goblin army around.
I'm going to play the... Is it Guildgate? Interesting. Yeah, I'm going to have to do this now.
Uh-oh. Not my goblins.
I'm going to tap for 4 and bring out Murmuring Mystic. Whenever you cast, it's a 1/5 human wizard. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a 1/1 blue bird illusion creature token with flying.
That's gonna win you the game, dude.
Now
I can't deal with 5 toughness.
I'm all tapped out. Pass the turn to you.
I don't know if there's other than having a lot of lands and a...
So you got 1 card in hand, drawing into 2, right? Okay.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna Lightning Strike your... Whatever. I had to spend 3 cards to get rid of your 1 card.
Okay.
And so now here goes the chain. Each turn, I'm going to lose 1 goblin.
Possibly.
Potentially.
If I block.
Imagine you're going to block.
If I block.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you block? Yeah, you can't block. Okay. I'm going to go to combat.
Okay.
I'm trying to do the math here, trying to math this out.
Okay.
So, in theory... Yeah, I'm just going to... Because I could... sacrifice all 3 and deal 3 damage directly to you.
You got 1 card in hand, so you can't double shock me. I don't think that deck has Lava Coil. Even if it had Lightning Strike, that would do 3, which would mean that I'd be 1 damage on this, and then I would take an additional 3, so it would still live. I will block 1 of them.
All right, sir.
Damage goes through?
Damage goes through.
I'm down to 16. That one dies?
That one dies.
There's 1 damage on this.
Yeah. Lava Coil is a sorcery. I don't currently have Lava Coil anyway. But,
okay.
Or at least
no, but you could do it. You could do it post combat because the damage would still be on this, right?
So okay. If I'm not choosing to play right now, I pass you.
Okay. I know what I'm really, really hoping for here. There's something I'm really, really hoping for here.
I'm hoping for a flyer to just go over your 1/5 wall.
Okay. So I'm going to play Sulphur Falls, which enters the battlefield tapped unless you control an island or a mountain. I control 1 of each. I'm then going to make my lands a little less messy. I'm going to almost screw that up.
You're shuffling this in a weird way.
I'm going to tap for
You're going to Niv Mizzet, aren't
3
you?
red and 3 blue and bring out Niv Mizzet. So this spell can't be countered. We saw it before, and it does all the shenanigans when someone casts a spell and when I draw a card. I'm going to pass the turn to you. I'm going to leave,
my flying over
the mystic.
hopes.
Yes. Yes. Oh.
My hopes of flying over that thing are now gone. I will tap 3.
Okay.
For the Goblin Chain Whirler.
Okay.
Not game changer.
No.
They'll have 1 damage.
But everything takes 1 damage, including myself, so I'm down to 15.
And, yeah, I am just going to pass to you.
Pass to me. Okay. Alrighty, so untap. I'm going to draw. When I draw, it deals 1 damage to any target. So I'm going to deal 1 to the goblin, basically forcing you to
tap and sack.
Yeah.
So tap and sack and do 1 directly to you.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no point in pinging at either of those guys because...
No. I'm then going to pay 2 to bring out the Goblin Electromancer.
Dude, you got this game, I'm telling you.
I still don't want to swing in.
You sure? I'd swing away.
I mean, Niv Mizzet, I'm not going to use Niv Mizzet to block just in case anyways, right? So yeah, I'm going to move to combat. Okay. I'm going to swing in for 5.
Drop to 15. That is 1/4 of my life total.
Yeah. Good.
There are 3 more hits of that.
That's the turn to you. I've lost to that deck in better positions, so I'm still nervous. I'm hellbent as well, too.
All right. It sounds like fun. We'll hellbent. Okay. So I'm going to play Mountain. I'm going to tap for 4.
Okay.
To play Experimental Frenzy. Which is
not
instant or sorcery. So it says, I may look at the top card of my library at any time. So I can look at it to reveal it?
No.
Okay. You can play that card. Play the top card of your library. Okay.
Now, you can also no longer play cards from your hand, correct?
Correct. Right.
So when you draw, that card becomes a dead card unless that leaves play.
Which you can spend 4 to have it leave play.
Okay. So, any attacks?
Well, you can just, even first strike or not, you can block him easily. 2/2, you can block him. No?
No? Okay.
I have, let's admit it, I have stalled.
Okay. So I'm going to draw, which is going to trigger Niv Mizzet to do 1 damage. I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to do it to the goblin, which is going to, sack it before. I'm down to 13.
I had a goblin army at one point. Now I've got a goblin whirler.
Okay, so I'm going to do, there's different ways I can go about doing this. I'm going to do this now just in case this works out the way I'm hoping. I'm going to pay 1 blue, and I'm going to cast Opt. So, whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery, I draw a card. So that triggers on top of Opt. So I'm going to draw a card. I'm then going to do 1 damage.
We'll use this to mark the damage.
Yeah.
I feel there's more than one
coming. This could fail horribly for me. I do get to draw a card though. So I do 1 damage to the Goblin Chain Whirler.
Okay.
Opt now resolves, and I'm going to scry 1. I'm going to put that on top, and then I'm going to draw another card. Triggering Niv Mizzet, dealing another damage. Okay. Opt now goes to the graveyard. Murmuring Mystic triggers when I cast Opt to create a bird, which is going to be, I'm going to use a Thopter.
Thopter bird.
Token of the Month Club's Thopter to stand in for it. I'm then going to pay 1 red, and I'm going to cast Shock to deal 2 damage to any target. Niv Mizzet's going to trigger because I cast a spell. I'm going to draw a card. So it's going to do 1 damage to any target. I'm going to have it deal the 1 damage to that. 2 damage from Shock goes directly to your face.
Okay. So I drop down to 13.
Yeah. Murmuring Mystic triggers. So I'm going to create another bird. A Thought Bird.
Thought Bird.
I'm then going to move to combat. And I'm going to swing in with
the
team. So 5, 6, 7, 8 in total.
8. I will drop to 5. 5.
Okay. So now I am going to pass the turn to you.
Okay.
Now this could end up being catastrophically bad.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm going to untap.
Yes.
Untap, upkeep. So I'm curious about this.
Yes.
When can you play a land? You have to go past draw to play a land.
Yes,
anyway.
yeah.
Not that I'm drawing a land or anything. So untap, upkeep, draw.
Okay.
Now, I can't play whatever mystery card I did because of my enchantment.
Okay. But now you get to look at the top card of your library. Now, this is one of the great things about that card is you can actually chain stuff. Like if it's shock, lightning strike, shock, or something like that, you can play them all this turn.
Or if it's a land, I can play that land.
Oh, yeah. But now you get to look at the top card of your library.
Oh, yeah.
See, and that's one of the things. That's the chain effect, right?
But if it's land now, I'm really locked in. No, it's not. So I'm going to play for 2 mana the top card of my library, Bashino Pyromancer.
Okay, so I'm going to take 2, right? And I'm down to 11. And then you get to look at the top card of your library still. That's why this card is so deadly.
Okay. I'm going to play the top card of my library.
Okay.
Tapping 2 for shock.
Okay. So Niv Mizzet triggers. I get to draw a card. And I'm going to deal 1 damage to that, actually.
Okay. So the target for shock has not been established yet.
No.
I'm dead in the air to a Niv Mizzet. I'm dead anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
I gotta just hope that I can get some magical thing to your face here.
Okay.
So shock will go directly to your life total.
Okay, to my life total. Okay. So I'm down to 9.
I could maybe wipe your board if I get super lucky.
You still got 3 mana up. For that deck, that's insane. So
I'm going to look at the top card of my library. I'm going to play the top card of my library for 2. Another Bashiro Pyromancer. Another 2. But
I could take 2, yeah. So I'm down to 7.
Unless this is a magical...
I don't know what it could be, yeah.
Tap 1.
Okay.
For the Gitru Lava Renter. He does have haste, because I'm pretty sure I have more than 2.
Oh, you definitely, definitely do.
So you can easily chump with one of your dudes, but I'm going in for attacks.
I'll chump.
Good jump.
Just, there we
like
go.
That jump.
Okay.
All right.
So you're tapped out.
I'm tapped out.
Okay.
But I can still look.
Yeah, you can still look.
It's a mountain.
Okay. So I will untap.
Well, that was a pretty fun little run on the Experimental Frenzy there.
I will draw, and I'll just swing in with Niv. You're at 5?
I'm at 5. Yeah.
I'll swing in with Niv Mizzet for 5.
I can't play my Destroy Niv Mizzet card. My magical Destroy Niv Mizzet.
Do you see the power of this card now?
I do. Again, I've never actually really seen it go.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I felt like after the first one, you stopped.
That is the card that matched with the Steamkin is the card which has in the past had me lose from completely out of nowhere. When I've had them down hellbent, that card matched with that other card. It's insane. It's absolutely insane because they keep on building up the Steamkin with casting spells and then dumping like the counters to get more mana. It's crazy.
I was thinking this deck was strictly inferior to the last year's deck because of the 4/4 flying with haste. Like the 4/3 flyer has no haste and Hazard the Fervent, but especially the 1/1 Bomat Courier because he got you that extra little reach you need in most aggro burn decks. You need just a little extra reach usually.
Yeah.
But now I see that's where that reach comes in, particularly with that combo of that and the Steamkin you've got.
Yeah, because the Bowman was great. It could draw you the extra cards if you needed it, right?
Even if it didn't give you a 2 card, and if one of those was a shock and you got another 2.
But that card essentially acts as draw. The only thing that shuts you down is a second land.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you can keep going until then. And sadly, that's the way it works.
It doesn't say non-land. You can still play that land.
Yeah.
But the second one you
can't.
can't.
Yeah, because you still have to follow the land rules, right? Yeah. So I you know what? This is better than I thought it would work out. I've tied it up. It is now 1-1 in this match. We're going to move on to the third and deciding game.
I might peek at that sideboard again.
Okay. Now that I've sideboarded already and this seemed to work, I'm going to stick with this. But if Travis does decide to sideboard, he will do the same thing I did. Show the cards midway through us determining our new opening hands. So we'll be right back with the third game or Travis showing his sideboard right after this.
So I decided to sideboard. You know, why not? I'm not good at sideboarding, so this seems like a logical call. Just putting in 2 of these, I took out 2 other cards to put in 2 of these. Okay, I'll show you what I took out.
I should have done that. I forgot to do that.
Those 2. It's a tough call to what to take out because everything's so darn good. But I took those 2 out, putting those 2 in. I could have gone with more of a sideboard or no sideboard at all, but that's my choice.
Okay.
Go that sideboard route. I'm going to shuffle now. Hold tight.
And we'll be right back.
I'll do a Steve and talk to Creepy Lack. I miss Steve's creepy talking.
I think it's sexy.
What, creepy isn't sexy?
And we are back. Now, Travis, you did not mulligan, so you're starting off with 7 cards. Correct.
7 cards.
I am down to 6, but I do get to scry. However, you lost the last game. Woohoo! So you get to show first and go first.
All right. There would be my opening hand. It is not as good as my first one, but better than my second one. So, yeah.
There we go.
Hoping it works out.
There we There we
Knowing
go.
the information.
Okay. This is my opening hand. I do get to scry one, so I'm hoping that sort of works out. But even then, I think this is okay for a 6-card opening hand. So let's go ahead and scry now. I'm going to show that, and let's go ahead and just put that right back on the top, because I do get to draw first. I'm going to now allow you to raise your head. I was going to pass the turn to you, but it wasn't my turn, so...
Okay. I'm going to go with a very popular and familiar start. One mountain.
No.
Tapping it for the Get Rid Lava Renter. No, I'm just kidding. It's a Fanatical Firebrand.
What?
1/1 with haste.
Okay.
Swinging
for one.
For a
So I'm
quick
down to 19.
Sounds British. Pass 2.
My turn. Okay. So draw, which I know what it is. I'm going to play an island. I'm going to pass the turn to you.
Tap. Draw. Play a mountain. Go to combat.
Play it. Yes. Swing in. Take 1 down to 18.
Pass 2.
On your end step, tap for 1. I'm going to opt.
Who didn't see that go?
Scry. That I'm actually going to put on the bottom.
You opt to put it on the bottom?
I opt to put it on the bottom. And I'm going to draw 1, and then I'm going to untap. That goes to the graveyard. Then I draw again, because that's how that works. I will play a mountain. I don't think this is the right play. I'm going to pass the turn to you.
Okay, on your end step, I will lightning strike you.
I'm
going to wave it around. Oh, smells crispy. Smells a little burnt.
I'll tap 2. I'll negate it.
Oh.
I am tapped out, though, moving into your turn, so at least you don't have to worry about any more shenanigans.
Untap. Draw. All right. Go to combat.
Yes.
Swing forth.
Down to 17. Are you going to cast 3 of these suckers? No? Okay.
That would be so nice. That'd be the kind of move that even if I lost, I'd still win.
Right. I'm going to... I'm gonna play a mountain. I'm gonna tap for 2, including a red and a blue, and I'm gonna cast Goblin Electromancer. This is such a waste, but I'm gonna tap for 1 red.
No, it's too late. Too late.
Did you want to do something?
No, I waited too long.
Oh, okay. I'm going to tap for 1 red, and I'm going to, for the discount, lava coil your monkey goblin.
Okay. In response, it won't change anything, but I will shock.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sorry. There was basically the passing of priority once. Yeah. So, sorry about that. I mean,
no,
but I play by the rules, so
that's how it goes.
I will pass the turn to you, and it killed me to use a lava coil, which can do 4 damage to that thing. But
I will drop a mountain. I will just tap 1.
Just 1
for the Get Through Lava Runner.
Oh, okay.
So there are 2 or more instance and/or search cards in my graveyard, so he gets +1/+0 and has haste. So it is now a 2/2 haste, and I'll go to combat.
You betcha. I'm down to 5. I'm down to 15, not 5. Okay.
There's your magic lava coil now, and I'll just pass back to you.
Okay. Like lava coils are great against the chain whirlers. Yeah. I'm gonna play an island. I'm gonna tap for 2. To cast the Goblin Electromancer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to tap for 3.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm going to tap for 1.
1?
Cast Wizard Lightning, because he is a wizard.
Yes.
Wizard Lightning costs 2 less to cast.
If you control a wizard.
And I do.
So
do you control a wizard anymore?
I do not control a wizard anymore.
Not anymore.
It
dealt 3 damage to target, and I chose the...
I'm going to do something fairly foolish, but I don't want to lose more life. I'm going to tap for 2 and lava coil that guy as well, too.
No.
And if you play a chain whirler next turn, I'm going to cry so bad.
What about Rekindling Phoenix?
That would also... Oh my god, that'd be even worse. I should have kept the lava coil. I'm going to pass the turn to you.
Lava coil.
I've already got coil regret.
pass to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, this is brutal.
This might be a very interesting game. I'm going to play a mountain and pass the turn to you. I'm going to organize my land a little bit better.
All right, I'm going to... I drew.
Okay.
I'll tap 2 to cast the Ashino Pyromancer.
I'm taking 2, down to 13.
I'm dinging you for 2 and passing back to you.
Okay, well, I didn't tap anything, so I'm just going to draw.
I bet you're missing that lava coil now.
I'm not waiting. I'm just going to shock that.
Oh, crying out loud.
You know what's interesting is we rarely get to play this quickly. But because there are so many repeat cards in this, we don't have to read them off after... We don't typically read cards off after the first time that we've cast them. So we're just able to play, like, fairly quick Magic with these decks. Though I will stop the entire game for a while just to yammer on.
Faster play.
But I'll pass the turn now to you.
Untap those 2 that I drew. Tapping 2. Pyromancer.
God, no, so I'm down to 11.
I'm passing back to you.
Passing back to me. Draw. Okay, I'm going to pay 2, including a blue, to cast Chart the Course. Draw 2 cards and discard a card unless I attacked with a creature, which I did not. So I'm going to draw 2 cards.
You're getting gas, though, and right now that's what's real important in this game.
This is probably going to be telling. I'm going to discard a negate. And then that's going to go to... I'm going to pay 1 blue, and I'm going to cast Opt.
Oh, digging deep there, son.
Okay, so I'm having a horrible time making this decision. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to show you guys the card first, and then I'm going to live with the decision I make. So this is the card that is currently on top that I'm scrying for. This is the card I have in hand. And then there's this. So you can understand why maybe I want to bottom this, but I really also kind of want to keep this on top. So I think I'm going to put it back on top. I'm going to put it back on top. Op goes to the graveyard. And I draw the card. Travis.
Yes, sir.
I pass the turn to you.
Okay, on your end step.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to just shock you for 2.
Okay, so I'm down to 9. Down to 9.
Tough call, because you want to shave your shocks. Untap. Draw. Tap 2.
Mm-hmm.
Shiro Pyromancer.
Okay, so now I'm down to 7.
Go to combat.
Go to combat. So now I'm down to 5.
Then I'm going to tap 2, lightning strike you.
Okay, so now I'm down to 2.
I'm out of cards in hand. So,
I'm really regretting drawing that card now.
I mean...
I'm super regretting drawing that card.
It passed you, yeah.
Okay, so untap. Oh, I'm dead.
I really want to draw another Vashiro Pyromancer.
Oh, I mean, okay, now, the one good thing is, I don't think keeping that card would have made any difference, given what you ended up having in hand.
Yeah.
But the really annoying thing is that I actually drew the card I was hoping for next. So if I bought in that card and drew a card, I would have got the card that I would have wanted. Okay. Which was a mountain, which still is not like a huge... Oh, wait, no, that wouldn't have mattered anyways.
Oh, you need 3 blue for Niv Mizzet.
Yeah, but I can... But this is what I put on top. Murmuring Mystic. So now I'm curious...
What are you doing?
Well, anyways, we'll go... No, I just wanted to see because you've won the game basically.
But if I get a third Vashiro Pyromancer, it'd be so much funnier.
Okay, so now I'm just gonna pass the turn to you, and then I'll wait to see what's on top of my library. Oh,
that's just down. So
okay,
play that.
Swing in, and then I block 1, and I take 2. It puts me down to 0. Now, out of curiosity, okay, it's a mountain, so it wouldn't have mattered. No matter what I chose,
you were trying to get that island.
I still would have lost. I really wanted the island. For a second, for some reason, I got it crossed in my head that I needed another mountain, but I didn't. But even then, getting Niv Mizzet out at that point wouldn't have mattered. Everything needed to be done sort of like one turn earlier. The Murmuring Mystic would have been awesome earlier. But
yeah, more blockers. Yeah,
yeah. But yeah, that's. I mean, those lizard wizards are so painful. And then you did exactly what you need to do with that deck, which is ignore everything else and just start burning face.
Well, no, at one point I was holding on because I saw I had 2 cards forever when I was kept drawing, and at one point you'd gotten down to just 2 red, and it's like blow them both right now.
Yeah,
do both your spells where you can't counter them.
Yeah,
and I did 1, and I'm like, next turn came out. I'm like, okay, no, still and try for it.
I pitched that negate because
I thought because you had Negate in hand, which is why I was like, now he's tapped out.
No, it's because I wanted to keep drawing. I wanted to be able to find that answer that I needed. Because the other thing that would have worked just as fine as well too is a shock. If I had gained a shock, then I could have shocked one of the lizards and also been able to cast Murmuring Mystic, or better yet, cast Murmuring Mystic and then do the shock. But yeah, and then it was another mountain, but yeah, off. So dig in, yeah.
It's weird. When I first saw them way back in the day, not the day, like last year, when they spoiled the visit, I'm like, that card's going to go nowhere. 3 red, 3 blue. Like, no one's going to put that in a deck except for a commander deck. And even then, that's a hard cast. But when you hit it, I've even seen some commander games where it got hit. And it's like, Jesus, that makes a difference. Like,
I've been playing this deck, and I was pretty much essentially dead. And then you get Niv Mizzet out, and it can completely change the board, because
especially against 1 toughness creatures.
Yeah. And if you start drawing your shocks, then all of a sudden your shocks are actually doing 3 damage to your opponent, and you're drawing a card which is doing like which the way it worked out during Magic Arena when I was playing is I ended up having a hand of basically draw cards and shocks.
Yeah.
So every time I drew, I would do 1 point of damage, but if the card also says I draw cards, I do an additional point of damage. So ops become shocks, and shocks become lightning strikes. It's just, it's amazing how Niv Mizzet, once it's on the board,
and he can attack too.
Yeah, and he can't be countered. So the only thing I'll do sometimes with Niv Mizzet is I'll wait to be able to cast that one spell which gives it hexproof for 1 blue. Yeah. So or hold on to a negate. Yeah, something that I can use in order to protect it. But I know in that deck, unless you have multiple burn spells, it's more difficult for you to kill off a 5 power creature.
Yeah, because burn is...
or toughness creature.
Burn is good for little guys.
Yeah.
3 and less, as it were. What I did, I sideboarded in some of those 5 damage creatures. I think it's like Jaya's something. Mm-hmm. That's what I put in there. Because I only did 2. I probably could have done 4. Because I noticed that even in the last game, once... fire with fire, that's it. Yeah. So 5 damage to a creature. Once Niv Mizzet hits the board... Now my deck is basically shut down. Yeah. Because you're going to start popping up my little guys as well as having air dominance.
Yeah, if he can stick usually for more than a round, because like I said, when I cast him, I usually have stuff to protect him a bit too. So, but sometimes you have to bring him out when you only have the 6 mana and just hope for the best.
Yeah.
So, but this is how I expected it to go, but I'm glad I was able to get that one victory out and really I think finally I got to show off what Arcane Tempo can do. Now, with this Challenger Deck Showdown, there is going to be a loser bracket. So Arcane Tempo is going to eventually fight or have a match against the loser of the next match. And the next match, which we'll be recording right after this, but may not be released for another week or so, is going to be Deadly Discovery, which I will be playing, which is the Golgari deck.
Versus the Mono-White United Assault deck, which is the one I did play on the other one, because it's only one of the 4 I have.
This is actually one of the matchups we had on the Magic Arena videos as well, too.
It was a rough match against that deck. Life gain does not go good against any kind of aggro.
I do think I'm slightly going to be the favorite in the next match, but who knows? I would really love this one, Deadly Discovery, to eventually sort of be tested out against Lightning Aggro, because I think that's a really good matchup.
Yeah.
Like crazy aggro burn versus something which can sort of gain you life back.
Big time life.
It can go either way with those 2 decks. So, but the next match, like we said, is going to be Deadly Discovery versus United Assault. Travis, do you have anything else you'd like to say before we end this video?
Nope. Other than if you like goblins, check out. I'll link it on Twitter, so you can always find my Twitter. And you'll see probably like a week or a month back.
Send me the link. I'll put it in the description below as well too, so you guys can check out the video that was not done by Matt from Total MTG.
No, his icon's like a Mexican wrestler, I think.
Oh, like the luchador mask.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
I know what luchador is. I have a luchador mask. I think he's done some 5th Street Hooligan stuff with John Dunning from I think he's done stuff with them. So
well, I'll definitely
he's been around a bit, but I love the Goblin one because it's just straight up lore. That's not boring.
No, and it's one of the things that we've never really done on this channel at any point. So it's kind of a cool thing to see videos that you yourself don't get to do or don't do for the most part. So
and I love me goblins.
Yeah. So send me the link and I'll put it in the description below. And if it's not in the description below, it's because Travis didn't send me the link, Travis.
It'll be my Twitter, so there's a reason to check me out on Twitter. I don't tweet much, so it shouldn't be hard to find.
Thank you guys very much for watching, and we'll see you all in the next video.